Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I have with me my older brother, who is going to be doing the introduction in just a second. On to you.
Well, today I told my brother that I actually learned something very important at work, and this is, the tendency for people to see planning, over planning, over calculating, and always trying to foresee, any issue that's gonna happen in the future as something that's good. I mean, it's good to be able to do that, right? But it's not good to always rely on that, especially in the field of business, because when you're talking about business, the most successful people in business are usually people that have a degree, people that are not educated, right? Us educated people, or I would like to think of myself that way. Is the problem is here that, for example, I planning a lot. I try finding some problems or some issues to everything I want to do. Like, what could happen if I did that? What are some issues I could encounter? Okay, it's good to think like that, but sometimes you have to act, because thinking too much about the issue actually makes you scared, makes you really scared, and it makes you not want to act anymore. And that could, make many opportunities not opportunities anymore. You know what I mean? So yeah, I that's what I wanted to talk about today. The over planning, over calculating, over trying, over doing everything and trying to see some issues in every single problem.
Especially that me and my brother come from a family who are very uneducated in the domain of scholarship. None of my grandparents had any diplomas whatsoever, and they are some of the most successful people in their country in the specific domain that they are specialized in. And we can see that there is a pattern with people who haven't gone to school and who aren't highly educated and with success. My father himself isn't somebody who has any school diploma or any very high school experience. He left school when he was just 14, and we can see that with his 14-year-old expertise at school, it is not enough to make somebody successful. But then, what really made him successful? It is his lack of knowledge, or is it his risk-taking skills and not encountering all the problems that there are in the things that he's making? Well, that is something that we should look at and really think deeply about. My father, being the person that he was, with not much of the knowledge that educated people might have, was able to go into risk-taking, buying things that have the chances of not working out, and using this into make and monetizing it. So we can really see that it is sometimes something that is important not to want to see all the negatives of what we are looking at, rather looking at the positives and seeing the bright side of things.
Okay, so I actually wanted to make a point here, is that usually uneducated people, right, or maybe I wanted to say actually educated people, tend to realize the full gravity of the situation. So if there is a problem that I am envisioning that could happen, it could happen, and you're so scared, the full gravity of the situation, that you freeze, you don't do anything. But the thing about uneducated people is that usually they know some of the implications or some of the risks they're taking, but they're not scared. They haven't sat in a classroom confined, in a four-space building every single day of every single year of their childhood, and they've actually been free to do a lot of things in general. I'm talking about uneducated people in general. They're freer to do more things. They hustle. And hustle, I think, is one of the most important parts, because when somebody hustles, it actually builds up their character and enables them to have the skill set to be able to, look at risks and take them off. And take them on, So I think that's what I wanted to talk about, is that, uneducated people usually tend to be able to take more risks because they're less scared than people who have been educated, and have, been sitting in a classroom their whole life, listening to, a person that basically knows what he's supposed to be teaching, but has never actually worked in it. Most of the time, that's how it is. Unless you're in university, that's a different thing. A lot of times, university professors actually work in what they teach. But, in general, you know what I mean? So they actually learn from life instead of being taught from a person that doesn't really know or doesn't really practice what he teaches. And I mean, that gives them a lot of balls, you know, if you allow me to to use this word. You know, they actually can take a lot of risks.
And with this being said, I think that there should be a highlighted message from everything that has been discussed. Do you think you can come up with a message, a highlight that can leave our followers with today?
Of course, what I want to leave you with is that sometimes when you have a gut feeling, you know, just do it. Like, okay, try to envision what's going to happen, try to, you know, study a bit the situation, but do not freeze, right? Do not throw away opportunities just because something looks scary, okay? So sometimes when you see you have an opportunity in something, just study a bit and just do what you can, right? Just do what you can. There's not going to be hopefully there won't be a hole. And if you fail, try to do something else. Because most of the times, you know, you have to hustle. You just hustle. I'm not saying go in blindly and start, you know, shooting the room, but, you know, do, like, calculate your steps, but at the same time, walk. Don't freeze. And of course, I'm not telling you to do this with everything, but in general, if you're talking about hustling or business, I mean, I think that's the right step to do.
And also, the best example of taking a risk is me starting this YouTube channel. It was something I was very scared of doing. Like, I was literally paralyzed simply by thinking about what people would be thinking about me. I'll be like, oh my God, if the video is not perfect, if I lag a bit while speaking, people are gonna think that I am uneducated. And that was enough for me not to start a YouTube video for 2 whole years where I was thinking and literally just thinking about it every single day. And this week, this month, I told myself that it was time to put all of that behind and take the risk to make mistakes in camera and find my way towards success. So guys, what is going to lead you towards success but you? Nobody.
And actually, sorry to cut you off, but I want to be honest here, is that I think I was a big part in delaying my brother's starting of his YouTube channel, because first of all, I always try to find, like I described before, always trying to find issues to what he wanted to do, right? Instead of finding solutions, I always try to find issues and, you know, things that could happen. It wasn't out of jealousy or anything. I would never be jealous of my brother. I wish I should actually be, you know, very happy if he actually succeeded in anything and if he was better than me at anything. You know, it wasn't jealousy. It was just that I feel responsible for him too. So therefore, if he failed in anything he was doing, I would consider it also my failure. So that's why I was always, you know, putting it off, telling him, bro, you know, this could happen, or this could happen, or you don't have a very straight path you're going to. You don't have a plan. You're just going into it. And at the end, I just figured it out. I was just like, you know, let him start it. You know, what can you lose? Let him experiment with different things he likes. And here we are talking right now. You know, we're talking and we're not losing anything. And you know, we make views, we don't make views. That's not the point. We're actually learning and trying to share our experiences and, you know, trying to share what we've been learning over the years. And I know at the end of the journey, which, I mean, of course, it's not going to be eaten right now. It's going to be eaten very long, hopefully. There's still a long road that you guys are going to be waiting for, or, you know, watching. But at the end of this journey, hopefully, we'll be, you know, more complete people and, you know, have achieved things in our lives. I don't mean in a matter of I don't mean, I'm not talking about money here or success financially. I'm talking about achieving things. Of course, success financially is actually a very important thing, but it's not the most important thing in life. So hopefully we're, you know, stable enough and we actually succeed in what we want to do, succeed in the things we do. And I mean, that's it, you know, that's what I wanted to leave you guys with.
Thank you very much. Guys, have a good day.
That's my bro.
And if you have a brother like I do, take care of him. Hug him, cuddle him. Not too much though. You know, everything has a limit.
But if you have a brother like I have to, do the same.
Have a good one.